Hi, I hope you're really enjoying this class. Hoping you have some great conversations with yourself and people you trust, and possibly people who are taking this class alongside you. Today's video is going to cover the importance of reputation in a company, and of course, reputation of you. Now, reputation can take two different forms. One is what the internet is saying about a company and you, and the other is basically word of mouth. Now, reputation can come in the form of a region or a geographic location. It could be reputation in the industry, possibly you're passionate about or interested in pursuing. It could be as local as a community. Now, this makes a big difference in terms of what people are talking about you in terms of your reputation. Take it from any client who has actually left a current vendor and has gone on to somebody else. The stories that they'll tell you in terms of why they changed, possibly dissatisfaction, or simply because something was better. And the opposite holds true, meaning if you have a great reputation, you're going to have people who will stay with you and they will talk about it and they'll give you a reason why they make a decision every time to go with this company that you're researching, and also a reputation of yourself. The formula for putting together a quality world-class reputation, it's very simple. I'll give you some real-life examples of things that I'm sure you're aware of from a consumer standpoint. Again, this is an opportunity to have empathy for people who you're actually selling to in terms of how you like to be treated. So the first example is, did the product actually measure up to everything that it was stated on the brochure and what the salesperson said? Did it actually produce what it said it was going to produce? Did it break? Did it have problems? And if it did, how quickly did it take to get it resolved? You will find that when things not so good happens, like something breaks, how fast did you fix it actually creates a bond between you and your client. Was the training delivered on a timely basis and done in a quality way? Was there an opportunity to refresh the training as the client got new employees and new members of their team? And was it talked about in regards to additional charges, free of charge? No surprises. Was the level of service actually met and exceeded? So when something needed repair, that the response time was quick. Invoicing. Were the invoices accurate? Were they delivered on a timely basis? Were there any surprises? Were their terms and conditions fair and reasonable? That's one of my favorites. Were the terms and conditions actually communicated clearly? And it doesn't matter if it's just a paragraph or 15 pages. Did the client actually understand every detail, or did they just sign it because you told them to sign it? So I think it's real important that a sales professional read and understand all their terms and conditions and know if there's certain areas that possibly might be of concern, as long as the client actually knows about them. Did everyone who actually touched and connected with the client, did they treat them like they were the most important person in the existence of humankind? That is real important, whether it's somebody in service, the receptionist, the front desk. Anybody who has an opportunity to connect with the client needs to treat the client with the utmost amount of decency and respect. Did the sales professional follow up on a timely basis And did they provide information on a regular basis, content that would be useful for the client on a regular, consistent basis? Or did the sales professional just sell it and move on? And just to summarize, if a client basically says, my vendor, my support company, they're just okay, you're vulnerable for the competition to take over. Well, it sounds like you almost have to be perfect. Well, you do. So you're probably asking, well, what does this have to do with me? Everything I mentioned, in the event you come into this company, you will be responsible for everything that I just mentioned. Everything will fall back on you. And that's why it's real important to do your research and understand if the company you're interested in has the infrastructure, has the process to accomplish world-class support, to be able to have an incredible reputation in the industry, community, in whatever area that you're actually choosing to sell. So if a company has these particular traits and performed activities, then they have a phenomenal reputation, and you have a great opportunity to work with them and build on your reputation. As a homework assignment, I'd like for you to discuss amongst yourself every activity that I mentioned, from the product to the service to the invoicing, and what you think of that and how important that is to you. And if you were buying from a company, would you expect the same type of level of service? So look forward to the next video lesson.